Peter Quill is about to find out that there's more than one Star-Lord in the multiverse.
Peter?
This kid puts on quite a show.
I have eyes on the target. He does not look all that threatening.
Will Earth's mightiest heroes stand tall? Or will they fall? Peter Quill is about to find out that there's more than one Star-Lord in the multiverse.
Peter?
This kid puts on quite a show.
I have eyes on the target. He does not look all that threatening.
Will Earth's mightiest heroes stand tall? Or will they fall?
What's going on, guys? Bart here with Tully Television, and today we're going to be getting into a What If episode review. Episode 2 from Season 2. But before we get into all that, I want to thank all of you for stopping by, liking, commenting, sharing all that beautiful YouTube stuff. It really means a lot to us here at the channel. With 300 subscribers in our rearview mirror, let's aim for 400 subscribers. And for that milestone, we'll find a movie or something to watch or something like that. I'm still waiting to get my hands on the movie 300 to do that watch along. The giveaway winner is aware that he won, so congratulations again to Mike's Evil Comics. Go check him out. I'll leave a link in the description or comments of his channel to go check out. I like his channel. I think he's a pretty good content creator. But yes, thank you all again. I hope that your holidays are going well. But let's get into it. What if Peter Quill attacked Earth's mightiest heroes? And this takes place in 1988. And of course, Jeffrey Wright is the Watcher. Michael Douglas comes back as Hank Pym. Haley Atwell as Peggy Carter. John Slattery as Howard Stark, Kurt Russell as Ego, Chris Hemsworth as Thor, Lawrence Fishburne as Bill Foster, Sebastian Stan as Bucky, Etendwi Kanai as King T'Chaka. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name wrong, sir. Madeline McGraw as Little Hope, and Mace Montgomery as Little Peter. And of course written by Matthew Chauncey and directed by Brian Andrews. Now, in this particular what if scenario, Yondu, instead of keeping Peter Quill to himself, brought Peter to Ego. And a lot of us were happy that Yondu had a redemption arc before he bit the big one, right? But before he had his redemption arc, he was a very a low-level guy that he even was kicked out of his own Ravagers team because of his dealings with Ego and delivering children and everything to him. But and then he decided with Peter not to do that anymore. But in this case, he did. And Ego was able to more easily manipulate Peter into doing what he wanted Peter to do. Now, when he activated Peter's powers, basically, Peter went through all of Asgard and those other realms and took over those realms, and then finally made it to Earth to do the same thing to Earth. Thus making S.H.I.E.L.D. have to put together an Avengers style team of the heroes of that time would be, of course, Bill Foster, Hank Pym. They were able to have the Russians bring the Winter Soldier to them. And we see Peggy and Howard actually have it confirmed that it was Bucky as the Winter Soldier, but as Howard had told um, Peggy Carter that he's not the Bucky we know anymore if the stories were to be, heard, were true, right? And then Hope had to come with Hank because at this point, that's when Janet disappeared into the quantum realm, and this was before she was sent to boarding school. And then we also have King T'Chaka come to help out as the blank man, no, as the Black Panther. And what I also like about this episode before I go on is that they try to get back a lot of the original voice actors. I know it's always hard to get that in, and for Hope and Peter, that wasn't necessarily having to be true because they're children in this episode, basically. But to see a lot of the adult characters, even see Kurt Russell come back, you know what I mean? But Kurt Russell's always had a special relationship with Disney. He seems to always be open for these types of things when it comes to the company Disney. That's where he got his big break from. He's very close friends with Walt Disney at one point in his life. However, and then Thor winds up coming partway through the episode to explain the thing about the celestial eggs, about the egg that, or the seed that Ego leaves behind in order to take over the planet, right? And the whole process of how that goes. So they have to try to make sure that that doesn't become activated, when Ego comes or whatever, because at some point they were able to stop Peter, right, and have him captured, but it was Hope and him bonding over her Walkman because Ego had broken his Walkman, and they bonded over their lost mothers, and that's when Peter kind of realized like what he was doing was wrong and was just lashing out onto the world. Ego discovers this and goes to Earth to try to figure out what's going on, and it winds up leading into a big altercation between Ego and the 80s Avengers, so to speak. With Peter basically being the one to save the day when he hears that it was Ego who killed his mother. And in much like the movie, Peter goes nutso and takes him out. And as we know from the movie, though, you can destroy his corporeal form, but you're going to need to destroy the brain that's inside the planet that actually is Ego. Ego literally is a living planet. Everything that's on Ego is a part of Ego. Ego. The trees, the animals, the sky, the technology that talks back to Ego when he asks what's going on, why couldn't he talk to his son? That is all Ego. You know what I mean? Just different aspects and different things of him. So that's how powerful he is. But with that set up possibly for a future story, I wonder if we'll see a sequel of sorts to this story and see how that lays out before us. But it was very interesting to see this version of the Avengers because we got to see Hank and Bill Foster work together. We got to see Thor, even though Thor was considered immature when his initial movie came out. I mean, according to his father and stuff, with the death and destruction of Asgard, it matured him very fast. So that's why he was very mature in this episode. I just like the whole thing of them basically then forming the Avengers at the end of the series, at the end of the show. And my only real question to that would be is if King T'Chaka is going with them at that time and is going to stay being an Avengers member. What is his? How is his role in Wakanda going to be affected? That would be an interesting thing to go check out, and it'd be another interesting thing to see how Nick Fury plays into all this if they were to ever do a sequel story continuing this episode. I like the first two episodes. I think they're really up there and have been some of my more favorite episodes of the series, actually. Uh, I think the next one is What If Happy Hogan Saves Christmas? And then the one after that is going to be the Tony Stark and Gamora episode that we were supposed to get in season one, but didn't. We'll review all the episodes, obviously, here. That's the point. That's the goal. That's the goal. But you let me know what you think so far of the first two episodes of this new season down below. Every interaction matters here and helps us get more and more into the algorithm so our community can grow, our channel. But that's the review on What If Peter Quill Attacked the Earth's Mightiest Heroes. And yeah. Peace, Snookums.